Yeah. What is up? And welcome to another episode of Big Kid with Will Bryant. I'm your host. I'm Will Bryant. And I'm back here after a long day. I had no work today, but I did a lot of work. I spent my entire day so far. It is 5 in the afternoon. I woke up at about around 8 o'clock this morning, like a responsible person. 8 o'clock in the morning. And after a cup of coffee, a couple of cups of coffee, and a nice morning smoke, I got right to work on something that I've been putting off for like a year and a half. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can see right next to me, I've got a new dollhouse, a new diorama. It is a Ninja Turtles sewer layout that I have constructed today. Not only did I put that together today, it is inhabited with a bunch of new action figures. Well, they aren't that new. I bought them over a year and a half ago, but I finally got to opening them today. And you know me, I don't do any of this without recording myself while I do it. So I have some unboxing videos coming out. I have an assembly video coming out for this sewer. So for you guys that do watch me on YouTube, and for any of you guys that do subscribe, first of all, thank you very much. And stay tuned for some of my Big Kid Toys series where I did some unboxing videos before, and I got some more coming your way. Hopefully the big kid in me can start buying some toys for myself once again. I haven't really bought myself an action figure in a long time. I'm trying to remember the last time. These I bought over a year and a half ago probably. And I've just had them unopened in boxes chilling right here in the studio. I haven't bought anything in a while. But I want to, so I know exactly what's the first thing I want to buy too. So it's this like Daredevil 3-pack. It has Daredevil, Bullseye, and Electro. Yeah, this is just the really big kid nerdy side of me coming out. I don't know how interesting this is to anybody, and I apologize for starting the show off this way. So, well, this show's coming out all aces so far. 3 minutes and 42 seconds in, roughly. And this show already sucks. Ruined. Show is ruined. It's too late to start over. 4 minutes of content. I can't do this over. This was magic. And even though it's ruined right now, I gotta bring it back somehow. Don't forget to follow me on all platforms, by the way, so you can get more of this terrible content, more of these ruined videos, more of these stupid reels, more of these dumbass shorts. All of this will be ruined, and you can see it on your feed on a day-by-day basis. So please do that to yourselves by following me at I'm Will Bryant. That's 3 words, at I'm Will Bryant, Bryant. Like Kobe. Made y'all wait for it that time. Instagram, YouTube, X, TikTok, Twitch, Spotify, Threads. All that. So, what's been going on this week? I'm gonna click on my notes app. I forgot to put up my notes app. That's how ready for this show I am. That's how ready I am for you guys. Bud Light today, by the way, if you were wondering. Bud Light. I did not buy the Bud Light. It was bought by someone for my, I had a little get together over the weekend. I'll talk about that in a little bit, but I don't plan on shooting this Bud Light up with an AR-15. You know, I'm not that big of a snowflake. I'm not kid rocking it up in here. I'm not gonna bow with the bod this Bud Light. I had a bunch of my friends over, my dumbass friends that I play fantasy football with. I had them over at my crib on this past Saturday. And I'm not going to delve too deeply into this because I will be speaking about this in far greater detail. You like how I said detail and not detail? That means I'm like civilized. That means I'm smarter than you. I'll go into this in further detail when I start up the fantasy football podcast that I do for me and my buddies. And I'm not going to... That's some good... Wow, I drank 2 sips of this Bud Light. I already have gas. Anyways, I'm not going to force all you regular listeners of Big Kid to listen to me talk about fantasy football for an hour a week. So don't worry. That I will start my fantasy football podcast up again because I've had it going now for the whole last season. So I'll be bringing it back. I know I talked about that before, but it's if I don't start this week, it will be next week. But it's coming up real soon. I figured I'm going to get it started before the actual season takes place. And our draft is coming up on the first week of September. So it's about that time. So I will be starting that soon. It will be on its own feed. Anyone's free to listen to that, but you know, it's obviously going to be very specific stuff about me and my dumbass friends. And me and my dumbass friends played a bunch of dumbass games this past Saturday where it all led somehow, some way to us deciding our draft order. And it was a lot of fun. Like I said, I'll go into further detail about that on the very first episode of my league podcast for my dumbass friends. I don't know what to call it yet. I don't think my dumbass podcast for my dumbass friends is a good name. I'm thinking of like a league members only podcast or something like that for now, but whatever. Who really cares about that besides me and 11 other people? We did have SummerSlam on in the background throughout that day. Watched it, but didn't really pay too close attention to it. Seemed like a fun enough show. What I did notice is that we did watch the entire main event in like its entirety. By then our silly games were done, but those games did take like a couple of hours. It was an event. It was an ordeal. The main event was Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso, and it lined up perfectly to where that ended. And Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz in a boxing match, that just all like 7 or 6 prior boxing matches on that card had just finished, and the two of them were like entering the ring. So the timing for that was pretty spot on. Whether they did it on purpose or not, I don't know. And what I noticed was Logan Paul, Jake Paul's brother, he opened SummerSlam. He was in the opening match of SummerSlam versus Ricochet in Detroit. And then hours later, because the event started at 8. SummerSlam started at 8. Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz, the main event of that, didn't really start till, I'm going to say 11:30, 12 o'clock, something like that. So Logan Paul was in the first match of SummerSlam, defeats Ricochet, and I think gets on like some private jet and flies from Detroit to, I think they were fighting in either Houston or Dallas. Maybe it was Dallas. So he shows up. Logan Paul shows up to his brother's boxing match still wearing the wrestling gear that he was just wrestling in hours earlier. That's that was pretty I don't know, pretty badass to me. I'm not a Logan Paul or Jake Paul hater by any means. I used to dislike them. I forget which one it was that made a name for themselves, for better or worse, and mostly worse, by making a really inappropriate or obnoxious, let's say, videos. Most famously, unfortunately, that one in the Japanese forest that I don't really want to go into detail about. Though that era of like the Paul brothers was not when I was on board at all. It was when suddenly one of them was putting on boxing matches against people I never heard of that are like YouTube streamers or whatever, and that was getting people to tune in. And I'm the type of person that I'll watch a boxing match just to see the car wreck, and that's kind of what it was at first. And I was all in on that. And then when he started challenging people I actually knew, I mean, it all started, not all started, but it all, the rise, I guess, in the popularity of this, I feel like started with Nate Robinson. Then it was Ben Askren, and then was it Tyron Woodley right after that twice? Either way, these are names I know. And I just respect the fact that he got kind of decent, but also just started making so much money and promote. It's all about the promotion and hustle, and those are the two things that I really respect about that, and that he did it all while improving on something athletically. That anyone that gets in the ring with one of those Paul brothers is just laughing all the way to the bank, regardless of a win or a loss. So we were watching that Nate Diaz fight. Nate basically had a Nate Diaz kind of fight. He punched him a bunch, never really hurt him too bad. He actually got knocked down once, and the entire time he was just laughing and taunting, regardless of whether or not he won or lost, or was winning or losing. That's kind of been the Nate Diaz deal as of late. If not his whole career, but as of late, I feel like he's been doing this thing where he knows he's losing a fight, and late he'll try to have a surge and then taunt, and it'll be his way of saving face at the end. But in reality, he was never really in it at all. And that's what happened in this fight. It's even happened in his last couple of fights in the UFC. It happened with him against the Masvidal fight was finished by cut, but it was happening there. It happened in his fight against Leon Edwards. He was losing, and then had a strong moment in the last round and taunted, but he knew he was losing, and he did it here. So all 3 times he got the bag, he's making his money. But perhaps the best punch landed that day was on the baseball field when Tim Anderson and Jose Ramirez got into it, I believe. And that was a weird one because I'm trying to remember. It was Jose Ramirez that came in sliding at second, and Tim Anderson caught the ball and was trying to tag him, and Jose went between his legs to slide and was safe. And he took offense, I guess, to the fact that Tim Anderson was standing there maybe a little longer than he would have liked. It didn't seem like that long at all. It was a very quick play, and Jose got up aggressively immediately. Tim Anderson put his hands up in a fighting stance, and that was it. Jose Ramirez started just throwing haymakers with his head down, and one of them landed. And caught. It's the cleanest I've ever seen. Well, no, it's not the cleanest I've ever seen someone get punched in a baseball fight. That was definitely Odor and what's his name? Roned Odor and Jose Bautista. Because Odor caught him flush with a punch that he was looking to clock. Jose threw a blind haymaker and landed. The only difference is that the Odor punch buckled Batista, whereas this Jose Ramirez flying haymaker, it dropped Tim Anderson. I've never seen a baseball player drop from a punch like that ever. I've seen some I've seen some punches. That Odor punch to Bautista before this was the hardest punch I've seen landed in baseball. Some of the cleanest shots I've ever seen was when old school Robin Ventura once charged the mound on an old like veteran Nolan Ryan, and Nolan showed Robin Ventura that he's still not the man to mess with, because Nolan got Robin Ventura in this old school headlock and bah, 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 just popped him in the head over and over again, man. It was just like, man. You dare charge the mound on me, you young whippersnapper. Don't you know my name is Nolan freaking Ryan? Taught him a lesson. Robin Ventura had to angrily walk away, knowing he just ate like 12 shots to the head with no response after he was the idiot that charged the mound. I remember that one. Still, Robin Ventura not even buckled, because they're all shots to like the head, not the jaw or the whatever, you know. Bautista buckled, Anderson dropped, and the announcer, the color analyst, the play-by-play guy, whoever, the guy that was calling the game, he apparently has had dreams his entire life of being able to call boxing just one time. And he was ready for this moment, dude. Because when Ramirez swung wildly, and I missed my mic the first time. That's how much I'm not a fighter. I went to hit my mic and I missed. And the mic is literally 6 inches away from my face. And I missed. But anyways, when he nailed him with that haymaker and Anderson went down, the announcer, he starts going, down goes Anderson, down goes Anderson, in the best boxing call I've heard all year. It happened in a baseball game. Jose Ramirez takes down Tim Anderson. So we had SummerSlam. We had Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz. We had Jose Ramirez dropping Tim Anderson. And you know what? None of those were the best fight of the week. See, it just so happens that this week, the best fight, it wasn't in Detroit with the WWE. It wasn't in Dallas with Prime events. It wasn't on the baseball field. It wasn't on the diamond. No, it was by a river. Down by the river in old Alabama. At Sweet Home Alabama, where the fighting is so good. Sweet Home Alabama, kicking ass like you should. Ding, 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 ding. I bet you Kid Rock was looking at that fight going, damn it, we're losing. Imagine. Ba with the ba, the bang, diggy, diggy, diggy. So was playing while that fight. If you don't know what I'm talking about, allow me, my friend, sit back, relax, and allow me to explain everything. Because that's what this show's about. Big Kid with Lil Brian's here to cover the important shit that goes down in this world on a week-to-week basis. But to talk about the Alabama Brawl, Sweet home Alabama. I think I need a shot of some Gilted Tequila. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and listen to the last episode and you'll have a better idea. Thank you, Gary. James, you need to give me more tequila so I can keep thanking you on these shows. Cheers. With a Bud Light chaser like a man. All right. That was classy, wasn't it? Let's get into this. Let's see. Here we go. I had the tab ready. I did my research. Not really, but I've been watching, kinda. I've been looking at the videos. A little, not really obsessed, but there was a moment. All right, I saw these videos for the first time on Twitter. Excuse me, on X. I saw these videos on X on my way home from work at like 3:30, 4 in the morning. And I was a little tired. Well, I was very tired. And it took me about 3 minutes to realize, longer probably. It took me like 5 minutes to realize the like epicness that I was witnessing. It took me a while to process how awesome this video was, because here's the thing. I more so in my recent past than right now, but in my past have been a huge purveyor. I have had a almost obsession with watching street fights online. I will get lost, whether it be on YouTube or Twitter or X. I will get lost in fight video after fight video after fight video. Obsessively watching, sometimes like imagining what they could have done better, like I'm the expert. I've recently, and by recently I mean perhaps in the last 2 months, I've started to unfollow a lot of these fight video sources. Mainly on Twitter, because Twitter or X, that they show you anything, man. There's a wrestler, like an indie wrestler that I followed on Twitter, and she just so happens to have an OnlyFans account as well. And I honestly think it's like an OnlyFans account that doesn't do nudity, because those exist too, from what I hear. And it opened my like Twitter feed algorithm portal world to just a bunch of OnlyFans shit. And let me tell you, there is some shit going down in that world of OnlyFans that I only have been teased about on my Twitter feed. And some of the videos that they be putting on Twitter for free, I'm like, damn, what are people paying for then? What are you doing on OnlyFans if you're doing this for free? That's crazy. How much more of your ass can you show for $4.99 a month? Dude, if I could get paid to post pictures of my feet on Feet Finder, I would do it. Are you kidding me? No shame. Shameless. No shame. In fact, I'll probably talk more about that later. There is something related to that a little bit that I wanted to touch upon later. Let's focus on this. How to get on that? This brawl here. This brawl. It happened in Montgomery, Alabama. the Mecca of civilization. And let's a little backstory here. I'm gonna see if I could Google some shit on the fly, but from what I remember reading, you know what? Let me just type it in, because I am what I need. You know what's a skill I need to improve on? Talking and typing. If I'm typing and searching something on Google, basically switch off my mouth. Basically, I can't do anything anymore besides type. Right now, I'm scrolling. I'm not typing, so I can talk. Here we go. So, the video, I'm just gonna press play from the beginning of the video that has pretty much been most popularized. A little loud here with me. Suddenly, we see a black guy by himself talking with a bunch of, he's talking like one white dude pointing at a group of other white people. This black guy is a co-captain of a riverboat. And he's working at the time. There was essentially what's going on is there was a boat, like a river boat that sails there, that is normally going up and down that river. And I was trying to dock or something. And this boat of just regular, like just people hanging out, drinking, was blocking the exact area where this boat had to come in and dock. And it apparently had been like over 20 minutes at this point. And a bunch of just white bros that were drinking were not happy that this co-captain of a boat was on the dock telling them that they had to move. And it turned aggressive. And I'm watching right now, the very first move of aggression is Alabama bro number one. While the black co-captain is talking to another person, a second person rushes him and just two hands shoves him, mushes him right in the face, rocking the co-captain, sending him backwards. The co-captain then removes his hat and tosses it straight up into the air in a move that Black Twitter, or maybe now called Black X, has identified as a black man's call to action in a fight. I swear, this is what I've seen. There's even memes going around of like the moment he throws the fight, a bunch of like black dudes just assembling like Avengers. And it's kind of what happened. This dude throws his hat up in the air and just immediately assumes a defensive position. And as soon as he does that, he's shoved in the face with two hands. This dude throws his hand in the air. Throws his hat in the air. The white dude that just shoved him in the face, his response to the hat being thrown in the air is to punch him in the face. This is all within like the first 5 seconds of this video that I'm watching. There's probably more. There's definitely more before this. I remember there being like a heated argument, but here's what I'm seeing. The shove to the face, hat thrown in the air, boom, now punches are thrown. But the first one was definitely thrown by that white dude. Punches are thrown between these two. There's two more white dudes that are coming to try. It looks like they're not really getting involved in the fight, but they're there right next to him. Then another one, a fourth white dude runs onto the scene and immediately attacks the black dude and takes him down. Now that this fourth white dude has this co-captain on the ground, 1, 2, 3, 4 white dudes begin hitting him while he's on the ground. But by the way, there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them now surrounding him total until... See, this is going down on the dock. The dock is like lower than street level, it looks like. on the street level, there are people watching over a railing, but you can't just jump over the railing and get onto the dock because it looks like there's a couple of feet of water between them. So there's some people witnessing this, and at some point, some black dude sees it and is basically like, hold on, my brother, hold on. And he starts running to the end so he could run down the ramp and get down to the dock. So here's the play-by-play. Co-captain's telling him he's got to move. Boom, shoved, hat in the air, bang, he gets punched. Punches are thrown now between the two of them. Two white people watch as this co-captain's fighting a third white person. Fourth white person runs in, takes him down. Fifth white person runs in as well. 3 people attacking him while he's down. A fourth is in there trying to maybe break it up, not sure. But the black dude is being surrounded. Second black guy runs down the ramp and runs into the fracas, starts trying to push people away. There's another third black dude, fourth black dude being shown run into the ramp. And then what's crazy is a fifth black dude starts swimming across the river from the side that the person recording this is on. Because there's an entire river between the camera and the fight. This black dude jumps in the river, climbs out right now while the fight starts to break down. And he takes his shoes off and just stands there soaking wet. White people trying to walk away. The black people now are all together, one drenched in water, and they start walking. Looks like the fight is over, right? Looks like the fight is over, but not. It's not. It's not over. Not yet. Like Stone Cold would say, oh, this ain't over. This ain't over by a long shot. Now we cut to a different video. Different angle. Here, we're now on the side of the dock where the fight actually took place. The previous video was from across the river. Now we're on the correct side of the river for a fight. And we see the white dudes gathering by their boat that is docked. Perhaps the very boat docked in the very place that this black co-captain was telling them they had to move from. The white guy is walking past a group of black people recording, and it looks like they're just like talking shit or whatever, blah, blah. I'm fast forwarding a little bit. Here we go. It looks like the boat was finally able to dock at some point. And a group, like a huge group, start running off the riverboat. And now there's a group of black men approaching the docked boat of white bros. And the white bros are on their boat. And the black dudes are approaching it like, what now? It is not 7-on-1 anymore, you cowards. And one, they're right there. And one black dude just says, fuck this. And just swings from the dock, punches this white dude on his boat right away. Bang. More punches thrown. The white guys retreat to the further side of the boat. They don't want any of it. Oh, and then suddenly there's white people on the dock. There's like one white dude on the dock. I don't know where he came from. He wasn't on the boat. He was not on the boat. Maybe he was trying to get to the boat. Maybe he thought he could get to the boat through the black men. Because there's 3 white guys on the boat. Bang, one of them gets punched in the face a couple of times. Actually, another one, yeah, bang, he caught. Then the white guys retreat. Like, literally, they go to the end of the boat. Because I guess the black dudes are smart. They're not going to board their boat. But they punched him from the dock. They reached over from the dock to the boat. They didn't board their boat, though. I guess that might have been like, could that be like entering like someone's property or something like that? They'd avoided those charges. Dude punches him, stays on the dock. The white guys go to the far side of the boat because they're like, we don't want none of this smoke. So they can't reach him now. And out of nowhere, there's this other white dude, a 4th white dude that's on the dock now, right next to the boat. But he's right in between like 7 or 8 black dudes. And he gets a whooping. I mean, 8, 9, 10 punches look like they landed on him. There's at least 2 white dudes here. Yep, 2 white dudes here. And a white chick that's like just in the middle of everything. But like I'm trying to read this. White chick is in there. She got shoved down, not punched. But the white dudes are getting punched. But can I talk about that for real? I hate as a connoisseur of all these street fighting videos. You know what's one of the worst things that happens in these videos when there's a fight going down? The woman that thinks she's going to somehow improve the situation by stepping in between all of it. Never in the history of street fighting videos has a group fight amongst men gone down where one woman came in and stopped it all. There's like one video in Russia where that guy is beating up another guy and a woman comes in and fucking punches him in the face, and it actually works. So maybe I stand corrected one time in the history of street fight videos did it happen. But you know what? That wasn't even a street fight. That was just an assault. That was one person attacking another person that wasn't fighting back. In the history of mutual fights, two people going at it, I defy you to find me a video where one woman comes in to stop the fight or to help in some way and is successful in doing so. All these motherfucking chicks thinks they're gonna come in like fucking Captain Marvel and Brie Larson like a motherfucker up in here. It ain't gonna happen. You guys end up fucking looking like idiots, falling on your ass. Sometimes getting shoved, sometimes getting punched. And when that happens, oh my God, oh, you hit a girl. Why the fuck are you in there, though? Get the fuck out. I don't care if it's your boyfriend. I don't care if it's your husband. I don't care if it's your brother. I don't care if it's your friend. If a bunch of dumbass guys are fighting in a dumbass fight, get the fuck out of the way. So here we have a bunch of guys in a fight, in a fucking race war in Alabama. And here's the first sighting of a dumbass chick getting in the middle of it. What does she think she's gonna do? What is she, fucking the Scarlet Witch over here? She's gonna like manhandle everybody with her superpowers? No. This is fucking a race war going on, and she's in there. I lied. I thought she only got shoved down. Looks like she got swung on. If that indeed is a woman. Ooh, if that is a woman, she got punched right in the face. So she got rocked and walked away like, why did I do this? You know, I'm wondering too. Oh my God, and then she jumps back in, tries to attack someone from behind, falls. By the way, while this is going on, the two other white dudes still getting their ass kicked. I believe there's cops. Yep. There's cops. Someone gets knocked into the water. Everything you want to happen in this fight is happening. And I mean that in the most sickest, darkest way. But if I'm writing a street fight on a dock by the river, you know, a race fight would probably be the way to go. It started off with the one black guy getting his ass kicked and then turned into the black men uniting. Rise up and fucking avenging, and then dumb white chick thinks she's gonna fix everything. Notice no black chick in there yet. We'll see. I have to keep watching. White chick thinks she's gonna help, ends up getting rocked 5 times, runs back in, hasn't learned her lesson, and as she tries to attack someone from behind, falls by herself and ends up getting tripped up and lands face first on the dock. No, not face first, but busts her ass. In the process, let's see, I'm watching. Yep, white guy on the floor getting punched and shoved into the river, bro. That's exactly what I would want. Someone's got to go in the water. Let's keep going. Now that this brawl's kind of broken out, white chick falls on her ass on the dock trying to attack from behind. Now we've got more white bros jumping in, presumably from the boat. More black people jumping in. More white bros. Oh, white bros cock. Ooh, this white dude wanted to fucking just hit somebody. And then look at that. There's a white bro that came running in, right? He came running in, cocking his fist to sucker punch a black dude. And at the last moment, the black dude turned around to see it coming and the white dude just froze in his tracks and started just going backwards. And he ran away and was like, no, I don't want none of this shit. And at that moment, a second black dude just ran up behind him, fouled him, and clocked him right in the head. He's like, you wanted to sucker punch my boy? Bang! Take this. I just rewound that again. Oh, man. Yep. Someone goes in the water. Bitch falls down. Oh, man. Here comes the brave white guy about to sucker punch somebody. Never mind. I'm going to back up because I'm terrified. Bang! You get it from behind, you cowardly piece of shit. Bang, bang, bang. And then 3 people take it. The same chick that tried to hit someone from behind comes in again and catches another punch to the face. She's taking more punches to the face than Nate Diaz. Jesus. I love that one of the people that are up just watching this black dude or chick is smoking a black and mild. All you see is a black and mild on screen. That's hilarious. It's like you're in a first person shooter video game, but instead of a gun, you're holding a black and mild and you just smoke it. One of my friends, Keith, his voice was so fucked up this past Saturday that it was like leaving him. And I forgot who it was, but someone said, you sound like a black and mild. Not like you smoked a black and mild, like a black and mild. Now, let's switch to a different camera view. Looks like almost a brand new fight with brand new fighters. A new challenger has arrived. Brand new black people, brand new white people. Same location. There is a black chick two black chicks that run up in here. And they run up in there throwing hands because there's a white chick in there. Oh, man, this is beautiful. There's another white chick that's in this new fight that's on the dock, right? See, there's black guys going at it. A black guy and a white guy going at it. They're going at it. But there's also somewhere, I'm not sure. There it is. There's a white chick in the middle in this red dress and a blue hat. She's in there. She's trying, I don't know if she's trying to break it up. She's trying to attack, whatever. These 2 black sisters, see this. And they're like, we don't want our men having to punch this one too. So they run in there and they're like, we'll take care of it for you. And they both of them just push her down on the ground and just start wailing on her. They're like, let me at it. Bang, bang, bang. She's trying to kick her away from a back up. No. Black guys fighting the white guys on the other side. And then someone picks up a chair. It looks like a plastic chair. Not those like WWE style steel chairs. It's a plastic chair. And I'll tell you how I know that. Because this guy starts taking the chair basically right to the head. And he just continues walking forward like I don't know, like a zombie. He's like, you ever heard of the Korean zombie? He was named that. He was named that because he could take punches and keep walking forward. This guy is the Alabama zombie because he took 2 chair shots to the head and just kept sauntering forward drunkenly. And another black dude gets in. He's like, I'm probably just going to do better with my fists. And he would have. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. And then this guy with the saddest weapon, this plastic chair, who just hit the Alabama zombie in the face 2-3 times to no effect. He turns to the red-dressed Karen on the ground on the dock and plants her right in the fucking top of her head with this pathetic plastic chair. And she, of course, sells it like a gunshot. I love it. I mean, and immediately, cops were like right there. Immediately, this guy gets arrested. But yeah, the red. Oh my God, the red dressed Karen that was taken down to the ground by the 2 sisters. Oh man, the guy leaves the Alabama zombie, goes to the red dressed Karen, and blam! My God, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, he just decapitated that woman with the plastic chair. But she's not even unconscious. She's just holding her head like, ow, that stung. That hurt like the dickens. And now there's an arrest being made. Oh, I love it. There's a white-dressed Karen that got too close to a cop a black cop while he was arresting the chair swinger, and he shoves her back and she falls. And hey, to the black dude's credit, he stayed face down and put his hands right behind his back. He's like, I don't want y'all to kill me. Don't want you to kill me. Well, don't worry. White guys are getting arrested left and right. I think the only black dude that got arrested was the guy that his kappa was detated. I think the only black dude that was arrested was that one because he egregiously blasts red-dressed Karen in the freaking cranium with a plastic chair. And thank God it was a plastic chair, because a steel chair would have... That dude be going to jail for assault with a deadly weapon. A plastic chair? That ain't deadly, right? Unless she has a really good lawyer, I think. I think they'll be all right. And that, finally, as Trump would say, law and order was restored in this Alabama Riverside. If you have not seen this, please, you didn't have to pay $89.99 like you did for the Jake Paul fight. You didn't have to pay $5.99 a month to Peacock to stream this premium live event for summer, like that you did for SummerSlam. You didn't have to even pay for the MLB network to catch that West Coast game. No. I don't even know if it was a West Coast game, but whatever. No, it couldn't have been Chicago and India and whatever. You didn't have to do any of that. Just go to Google, YouTube, whatever, X, type in Alabama Brawl. Sweet home Alabama. Where the brawling is so good. Sweet home Alabama. Karen's decapitated like she should. Sweet home Alabama. Drunk bros on a boat. Sweet home Alabama. Race war is the way to go. Man, I've seen plenty of fight videos in my life. That one, Sweet Brawl, Alabama, baby. Oh, man. Sweet Brawl, Alabama. You know what else I saw? Not really a fight. I saw that it was all just because I was researching some fantasy football stuff, and I saw Devonta Smith asked for a personal day to skip practice, and I was like, "Uh-oh, is he injured? Do I have to take him off of my draft board?" No, not injured. He wanted a day off so that he can go to court and support his college teammate from, guess where? Sweet home Alabama. His teammate from Alabama, the Crimson Tide. One time, sidebar, I had left Central Park and I was walking down the street. I think I might have been with Cole. I'm not sure. But I was just walking like along the side of Central Park, and there was just a bunch of kids wearing. They might have been like a marching band, I forgot, but a bunch of kids wearing Crimson Tide, like Alabama, like tracksuits or something. And I just, because I watch enough college football, I know that their slogan, their saying, whatever, is Roll Tide. So I saw them all, and I just go, Roll Tide, and like the 8 of them all just turn with this huge smile on their face and go, Roll Tide! Like, oh my God, a New Yorker said it to us. And it was crazy. It's like they were forced to reply. If you ever see a group of people wearing an Alabama shirt, polo, tracksuit, whatever. You say Roll Tide, no matter what they're doing, they have to reply, Roll Tide. You could see 8 people wearing Alabama tracksuits drowning in an Alabama river because they were involved in a race war and got tossed in there by 8 black men. And as they swim, battling for every breath that they can, you go up to that river and stare at those drowning Alabama people with those Alabama tracksuits and yell out, Roll Tide, as they drown with their final breath. I promise you, they will yell out while gargling water. And they will die the proudest Alabaman death that an Alabama Crimson Tide ever could. Roll Tide. So, Henry Ruggs and Devontae Smith both yelled Roll Tide plenty of times in their career. Henry Ruggs, to darken the mood drastically a couple of years ago, during his second year in the NFL, halfway through the season, leaves a Topgolf in Las Vegas as he was playing for the Vegas Raiders at the time, drunk with his girlfriend, driving his car at 150 plus miles per hour, rear ends a Toyota RAV4 being driven by a 23-year-old woman with her dog in the car, sitting shotgun as well. The gas tank erupts, and the dog and the woman are killed. And if I remember correctly, they were not killed by the impact. So, Henry Ruggs' freaking career over. That woman's life over. He goes to jail. Today was his sentencing, or yesterday was. He gets 3 to 10 years, because I think he's sentenced to 10, but he could get parole in 3. Whether or not that's cool, that's fair, I don't know. It's not up to me to decide. That's just a shitty, fucking terrible situation. What I did notice was there was someone out there that had a reaction to Henry Ruggs' sentencing. And it caught my attention. It caught a lot of people's attention. Because that person is O.J. Simpson. This guy posts on like Twitter and shit like he thinks he's an influencer for real. He posts on Twitter or X and Instagram or whatever like he's Charlie D'Amelio on TikTok or something. The only thing he hasn't done is dancing. This is what he had to say about... for some reason, he decided to chime in on this subject.
Hey, X-World, it's me, yours truly. Now,
hold up. Is that what we're going to call it now? X-World. Hey, X-World, it's yours truly. Nah. I love that he's starting off like he's this warm and fuzzy person that you've had in your life the entire time. Hey, X-World, it's Uncle OJ. Let me talk to you for a second. Ay, my lord, and here we go.
you know, I went to college on a football scholarship, but somehow this math is not adding up to me. You're driving a car at roughly 160 miles an hour on a public street and end up killing a girl and her dog, and you get 3 to 10 years.
All true.
You go to a hotel room that you're invited to retrieve your own personal stolen property.
Let's stop right there in case that lost anybody. He's no longer talking about Henry Ruggs at that point. He's talking about himself. Because O.J. Simpson went to jail. That wasn't a fart. That was my skin rubbing up against leather. Do not think I would ever for 1 second fart live on air. Okay? Never gonna happen. I don't like farts. They piss me off. Anyways, he went to jail, not for murder, like everyone would think. No, more on that in just a few. He went to jail for kidnapping. The whole story roughly goes that he was at this event in Vegas and had this altercation, this argument that dissolved into an altercation with, I believe, some sports memorabilia collector or broker or something like that. And OJ wanted a bunch of stuff that he believed belonged to him, that he had ownership and rights over and all that good stuff, and wasn't getting it. And the whole long story short, gist of it is that allegedly, I don't know if it's alleged because he got convicted of it. So, I mean, he got convicted of basically holding somebody in a hotel room against their will, which technically by law is kidnapping when you move somebody. He moved them from one room to another or something like that. And when you move somebody somewhere against their will, that is technically kidnapping. And he got jail time for that. And this was years after the famous case for murder, the murder of Nicole, was it Nicole Brown Simpson, I believe her name was. So let's continue listening to Uncle OJ over here.
Property I now have because it was ruled to be mine by the state of California. And you get 9.
So he's saying that all the stuff that he kidnapped somebody for ended up being returned to him by the state of California because they deemed that it was legally his. So he kidnapped somebody for stuff that was actually his.
33 years. Same courthouse, same city, same state.
9 to 33 years he was sentenced.
Somehow it just doesn't. Hey, X-World, it's me, yours truly.
Hey, X-World, it's me. Let's just listen to it.
I know I went to college on a football scholarship, but somehow this math is not adding up to me. You're driving a car at roughly 160 miles an hour on a public street and end up killing a girl and her dog, and you get 3 to 10 years. You go to a hotel room that you're invited to retrieve your own personal stolen property I now have because it was ruled to be mine by the state of California. And you get 9 to 33 years. Same courthouse, same city, same state. I don't know. Somehow it just doesn't
add up. And you know what? You could argue that he makes a point, except for the fact that he leaves out that time that he killed a bitch. He might be making sense if he didn't just leave out that one time that he killed somebody and got away with it. I don't know if there's ever been a case in the history of the world where somebody was found innocent and the only people in the entire world that thought he was innocent was a jury. And by the way, not even the truth, because I bet the jury thought he was guilty. They just didn't want to fucking put a black guy in jail after what had happened with Rodney King. And I'm not about to break that down too. But OJ, instead of just living his life out without bringing attention to himself, this motherfucker, he just keeps like playing around with the fact that like, I ain't do shit. I ain't do shit. We all know you killed somebody and got away with it. Just fucking shut up. Just shut up, dude. Oh, man. You know what? We're an hour in, and I could end this right now, but I don't want to. There's one more thing that I want to talk about. But I need a shot to do that. Thank you for this guilty tequila. Gary. Oh, that's that one piece of flair bartending that I know. That's it. And if you didn't see it, well, watch me on YouTube. Cheers. All right. I learned about this morning. And I am... What's the word? There's so many things about this right now. I am flabbergasted. I am confused. I am intrigued. God. On some level, truly on some level, even impressed, man. Guys, have you heard of this new kink? See, throughout the years, I've had to come across kinks and be exposed to them and basically have to learn, oh shit, people are into this, you know? I think furries is like one of those first forays that I had into weird kinks, and I was like, wow, people are just into dressing up as like a mascot and participating, engaging in sexual acts. Then there was something I saw that was a sexual kink. It was an erotic thing, but it didn't involve actual sex. And if I'm remembering correctly, I saw this on an episode of HBO used to have this series called Real Sex, like Real Sex on HBO. And 100% as like a kid or a teenager, once we had like television on demand, I went to HBO's on demand channel. I probably wanted to see like porn and saw something called Real Sex on HBO, and I was like, fuck yeah. And it was not anything like what I was searching for. Real Sex on HBO is basically 60 minutes for sex. I mean 60 minutes of that CBS News show. It's 2020 for sex. So they'll find some like interesting but very unique, very out there topic, sexual topic, and do like a news expose on it. And my teenage dumbass, my horny teenage dumbass, would put on Real Sex with on HBO and like be ready to like have my fun little fucking night watching porn, and suddenly it just turns into this super interesting expose on a topic that just so happens to revolve around sex, but is not sexual or arousing at all. And I'd fucking put my pants back on and just enjoy this. Freaking, wow, this is a very well done news article. And I would just watch and like a half hour of real sex with on HBO and not jerk off, not even one tug. But I got much more knowledgeable. All this to say that there was once this segment about I think it was a latex kink. Like people being covered in latex suits completely. Not even having sex in a latex suit. Just the just being covered in a latex suit was one thing. But then they also talked about like rubber in general. And there's a balloon kink out there or fetish where just the inflating of a balloon can like turn someone on, and it has to do with like the anticipation of it exploding. So literally just a simple blowing of the balloon can get these people off, but then you incorporate that with like a woman blowing the balloon and maybe then perhaps sitting on it, stretching it out. The anticipation of that popping until it actually does that can get some people off like a motherfucker, apparently. Fetishes. Kinks. Ones that I didn't even know existed until I did. I had that moment this morning. So I told you I woke up today about 8 o'clock. I told you I had my morning coffee, had my morning joint. What I didn't tell you was that I was downstairs in the basement, and my girl, who had been playing God of War for I don't know how long, we were just talking about random stuff. I talked to her about some stuff I saw at work, gave her an interesting story about a comedian that I will not share on this podcast. I told you I'm going to respect the privacy of the Comedy Cellar. I'll tell stories that I think can be told. But some stuff, not going to put it on air. Anyways, told her an interesting Comedy Cellar story. And she showed me this video of something she had mentioned to me in the past and via text, but it was so over my head. I didn't understand any of it. And she showed me this video. And, you know what? I'm just going to start playing this video. And I'm going to turn this around so you can see a little bit of it, right? And if this sounds confusing, don't worry, it's supposed to be.
Strong woman, take a jog. Yeah, strong woman. Yes, the guy feeling like a cowgirl. Let me read it, huh? Take your who? Take your bro. Ask me so good. Yeah, strong woman. Gang, 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 gang. That was good. Coconut. Gang, 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 gang. Ground. Ask me so good. Gang, 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 gang. Yes, popcorn. Gang, 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 gang. Ooh, take your destiny. Take your smoke. Ask me so good. Yes, the guy feeling like a cowgirl. Let me read it, huh? That was good. Coconut. Ask me so good. Gang, 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 gang. Ask me so good.
What the fuck was that? So for you guys just listening, not watching, that audio that you just heard, I'll attach a visual to it so that you know what we were seeing. That is a live stream of a TikToker known as Pinky Doll. Pinky Doll is one of the more popular people in what's become known as the NPC Kink. This is one of the newest of these unique and out there kinks. NPC stands for non-playable character, and it's a term that was created and popularized in video games. An NPC, in a way that would make it easily understandable to most people out there. If you've ever played a video game, chances are you've played Grand Theft Auto. Every civilian on the street that you walk up to and punch right in the face, that's a non-playable character because you don't play as him or her. They are just a background character in a video game. Oftentimes they have predictable or repeated movements and a catalog of things that they'll say throughout the game that you might often hear over and over again if you play the game long enough. I forgot the name of the movie, but Ryan Reynolds last year or earlier this year came out with a movie where he was an NPC that ended up realizing that he was not like the point of the game or whatever. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if it got good reviews or not. I think it did not. Me and Val cried at the end of that fucking movie. I'm just gonna say that that NPC movie got me. Anyways, there's this kink that's called NPC that is popularizing itself on TikTok and starting to gain, I don't want to say gain traction because the traction has been gained, but now people outside of the niche are beginning to realize what is going on. All that you heard right there. Let's play some more. Oh, what happened? Here we go. Oh, she's lagging.
So good. Yes, strong woman. Yes, strong woman. Yes, strong woman. Gang, gang. Gang, gang. Gang, gang. Yes, popcorn. Gang, gang. 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 Oh, thank you, baby. This is so cute. Brown. Gang, gang.
That is not a sound on repeat.
Yes, strong woman.
This is a person sitting on live stream saying all of this. Gang, gang. Gang, gang. Gang, gang. Gang, gang. And she is doing this. She is doing this on TikTok as people are sending her stickers nonstop. Now, what is a sticker on TikTok? TikTok has added this, I'm not sure what to call it, this thing, this new thing for Instagram started to do it too, but I think TikTok might have done it first, where during a live stream, people that are watching your live stream can send a quote unquote sticker of something to you while you're live streaming. These stickers, however, are not free. You can pay for, I think it's coins. You can pay for a certain amount of coins on TikTok. You can turn those coins into, or you use those coins to buy stickers, and you send these stickers to people during their live streams. People that live stream get these stickers. These stickers have some type of value in I read an article, and I think they called it diamonds. And like a certain amount of diamonds turns into a certain amount of dollars. Essentially, people buy coins, and those coins are used to buy stickers. Stickers are then sent to people who are doing live streams, and the people that receive stickers can then turn that into money. You send someone a sticker, you're basically giving them money. It's a tip. It's basically being tipped for a live stream. In the case of an NPC Kink live stream video, oftentimes these stickers that you're sending are connected to something that the live streamer will say or do. So in essence, you buying and sending this sticker and giving this money to the live streamer is you then controlling her in a way to say something or do something. Like gang gang, gang gang, gang gang, or powerful woman, or whatever it is that she's been saying. This that I keep playing for you guys, this is a woman known as Pinky Doll on Twitter. Excuse me, on TikTok. All of this, her constant talking and weird noises and movements. There are even like, there's like a cowboy head and mustache that gets put on her head by people. You can buy something that ends up being on top of her head. All of this are actions that she's doing because someone paid her to do it during this live stream. I'm going to turn it down a little bit, but I'm going to leave it on. Everything she says is in response to someone paying her to say it. Including that, ooh, ooh, ooh. Someone paid money for her to say that. And she will do it every time she goes on a live stream. For instance, this video that I'm playing, it's a video of her live stream at one point. This video is over an hour long. So imagine if you were listening to me on this podcast, and instead of me actually talking about shit, and by the way, I acknowledge that what I'm talking about is not important, that I'm talking about some of the dumbest bullshit in the world. I get it. But imagine if instead of listening to me to actually talk about stuff, I was doing this. Gang, 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 gang. Gang, gang, gang. Gang, 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 gang. Powerful women. Gang, 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 gang. Strong woman.
Yeah, strong woman. Fire. Oh, take it, Lindsay. I love you. Fire, fire. Gang, 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 gang. Bad, amazing.
This woman is doing this nonstop for over an hour. When I first saw this morning, my face was like this. And if you're not watching me, imagine the most confused, dumbfounded look you've ever seen me have, and that's what I had. But I wasn't mad. I was just so confused, because you know what? I had no idea. I had no idea this was a thing. I had no idea. No idea. I looked it up, and there's this article that came out a month ago. You know, I'm going to leave my laptop facing the camera so you guys can just keep watching. I read this article about this kink that came out a month ago. And it talked about how this kink kind of revolves around a man's desire to control a woman or be in control and perhaps even demean a woman. And that's the type of man that would buy these stickers to then send to these women during these NPC Kink live streams. But here's the thing. That article came out in July of last month. It is August, It's been about 4 weeks since that article. That article talked about Pinky Doll specifically, and it said that she had about 226,000 followers on TikTok. That's a lot. I checked today. She has 720,000 more followers 4 weeks later than she did a month ago in that article. When that article came out, it was estimated that Pinky Doll could make, because here's the thing. I said this is all about money, right? She's not doing this because she's into fucking NPC shit. She's doing it to make money. And I looked it up. Do you know how much she can make per stream? Per live stream? Excuse me as I burp in my throat. Excuse me. I looked it up.
Tico, motorsport. Wow, let's do a race. Ice cream so good. Balloon.
By the way, this is
Money gun. I got your name. Wow, a lot of gift for you.
we are only 6 minutes in. How about let's go all the way 53 minutes into this live stream.
Gang, gang. Gang, gang.
This is 53 minutes into this live stream.
Ooh, meow. Yes, popcorn, yes, yes. Enrico, wow, a lot of life, but what is it? I'm not sure. Oh, take it, baby, where's my white dress? Like a bunch of flowers in my head.
Same
Beautiful.
energy.
To the dance.
Same energy. 50 minutes later.
Stop! Leave the dog alone, stop it! Stop! You're gonna kill the dog, seriously. Go to your room. Go! Say,
Wait, is that real?
3, 2, 1. You're gonna kill him, he's so small.
Oh, I think she's actually talking to somebody that's supposed to take care of her dog.
Yes,
And then right back to NPC shit.
Non, monte en haut. T'écoutes pas, t'es pas gentil, t'es méchant. Pourquoi t'es méchant? Monte en haut. Oui, tu vas en haut, t'es méchant. Pourquoi tu essaies de le faire mal? Pourquoi? Non, c'est toi, je te vois.
shit.
Je te vois. Pourquoi tu me mens?
She's talking in another language to someone for real. I thought this was NPC shit.
Tu vas aller en punition. On va pas sortir, on va pas aller au parc aujourd'hui. Non.
Wow.
Non. Today, huh? Yes, popcorn. Pop, amazing.
Right back to NPC shit.
Hey, hi, yes. The guy feel like a cowgirl. Let me read it, huh? Oh, special. Oh, special. Oh, special. Ice cream so good.
Okay, so this is 55 minutes into the stream.
Ice cream so good. Ice cream so good. Gang, gang. Gang, gang.
That's stamina. You want to know how much she can get for live streaming in one day? $7,000. So I know a lot of you have been watching this, listening to this, thinking, wow, that's some stupid ass shit. I would never. You know what? Fuck Feet Finder. If I can do this, gang gang, gang gang, gang gang, I'm a strong woman. I'm a strong woman. Gang gang, gang gang, brr, brr, gang gang. Hajamanteko. I fucking $7,000, bro, $1,000, $100 a day. I'll do that. What? For an hour? What? Gang gang, gang gang, gang gang, gang gang, gang gang, gang gang. Pay me $7,000. She was getting $7,000 when she had 220 something thousand followers. She has 980,000 followers now. She's about to have 1 million. Pinky Doll is definitely making 10 grand a stream now, or a day. A day. A day. All my friends out there, whether you're struggling in life or you're doing all right, you shit on this and tell me you don't want to make $7,000 in a day? Shut the fuck up, man. If someone wanted me to see me do this, let me know. I'll do it in a second. If it meant I got some type of income, I'll make these noises day and night. Gang, 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 gang. Strong woman, strong woman. Not even making fun of her. Just wish it was me. Wish I could make money that way. Here's the thing. If I started making money this way, it's not like I would just stop my life there. No, I would just use that money to do other things I really wanted to do. You know, I watch a bunch of these TikTok videos, and when I see women on you know, I don't watch it. I watch Instagram more than TikTok. But regardless, these social media videos. When I see these women on TikTok, on Instagram, gain tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of followers, and all their feed are the laziest little dances. Like this, followed by a little show of the cleavage. Part of me wants to be like, no, that's a lie. Part of me used to be like, well, fuck you. I wish I could do that. Now, it's a little bit like that. But it's not so much fuck you out of anger. It's fuck you out of jealousy. It's pure jealousy. Because I ain't mad at it at all. I ain't mad at it at all. This society has created a different type of world. And there's ways to make money in this new world. We lived in a world for so long where people were making money on things we didn't understand, like who the hell knows how the stock market works or the Dow Jones, or, you know, I didn't know what a damn annuity was until I was like 27. And even then I only really understood it for a month until I forgot about it again. But man, there are people making money in some weird ass ways that involve zero fucking skill and just a little bit of knowledge and something that a lot of people don't know about. Every fucking finance bro that ever majored in finance has been making money for decades, learning all the weird fucking loopholes that this government has for finance, and they're making millions, if not billions, just knowing shit that other people don't. Whether it's through loopholes in retirement or annuities or stocks or whatever you want to talk about, that's what majoring in finance is how do you make a bunch of fucking free money and then have that money make you more money? Is it talent? No, it's knowledge about shit that other people don't know. Now we have this social media world, and people are accruing knowledge in areas that other people are ignorant to. Like, I had no idea what the fucking NPC kink was at all, but someone accrued that knowledge and got it and made it work for them, and now they're making money. And look, making money off an NPC kink it probably takes as much talent as making money off of an annuity. It probably takes as much talent as selling an insurance policy. It probably takes as much money as it probably takes as much talent as shorting a stock. See, Booker T said it a long time ago, and he's not the one that originated the saying. He just popularized it amongst the wrestling community. But there's been a saying that's been going on for a long time. Don't hate the player. Hate the game. Finance bros been getting rich off of dumbass shit for years. There's an entire WASP society dedicated to it. So I'm not mad when the 19-year-old, 23-year-old, 35-year-old, whatever person figured out a new way to make money. Why are you going to get mad at somebody that can make money in a way that you don't understand? The world has been run by people that make money in ways that we do not understand. I can't explain what the hell a shell corporation is, but I know it has to do with someone that's probably rich. Short and stock, Dow Jones, annuities, insurance, pensions, blah, 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 blah. Make your money, get your bag. Whether it's doing stupid dances on TikTok, being an NPC, whatever. I remember I once got into this conversation with somebody about this type of thing. It was when I went back to school for music production and audio engineering, and I said I don't care if I make a hit with the simplest song of all time, as long as it becomes a hit and I make money. And I was talking to someone much younger than I, probably a good 11, 12 years younger than me. And they're like, no, see, that's the thing, I care about integrity. And I get that, and I respect that. When I was that person's age, I was the same way. I said I would never sell out. I would never want to get famous or make money doing something I did not have enough respect in, that I did not respect that much myself. That's what I said. I don't feel that way anymore because I'm older now. You know who else is older? My mother and my father. And you know what I'd love to do? Pay off all their debts, give them a nice home to retire in, make sure that whatever few final years they have in this world and whatever few final years they have to live this life be as luxurious and fucking awesome as possible. And you know what? If it took the simplest 3 chords in Pro Tools to make a hit, if it took me acting like a goddamn NPC character to take them on that one vacation that they never had to pay for themselves, you know what? I would do that in the snap of a finger. I love my parents way more than I have any pride in myself. If you told me I could pay off my parents' debt, buy them a home, take them on a vacation, and all I had to do was do gang for a couple of hours, a couple of times a day, a month, or whatever, sign me up. You're too proud for that? Cool, dude. Do you? I hope that you make it doing what you want to do in life. But I will never be mad at the person that makes it doing what they have to do in life, as long as they don't hurt anybody else in the process. NPC Kink, TikTok dancers, whatever, man. It's all good. It's all love. I have no problem if I make my money that way. And here's why. I'm going to take one last shot while I tell this last story. It ain't really my story, but I heard it. And it's appropriate that there was just one shot of tequila left in this bottle. Thank you, Gary. Cheers. Years ago, see, now we have the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, and that leads into the Late Show with someone else. I forgot who it was. Then CBS has Stephen Colbert. Well, back in my day, I was a Jay Leno, Conan O'Brien kind of guy, and there was also David Letterman. And whoever came on after David Letterman would switch up. I think it was Craig Kilborn at first, switched up to Craig Ferguson. Anyways, I was watching Jay Leno one time. I was really into late night when I was younger. Mostly because I never wanted to go to sleep. So I would watch Jay Leno at 11:30 till 12:30. I would watch Conan O'Brien from 12:30 to 1:30. I would watch Last Call with Carson Daly from 1 to 2. Then I would stay up and watch the repeat of Jay Leno from 2 to 3 and watch the repeat of Conan O'Brien from 3 to 4. And then by then, usually I could just do like an episode or two of SportsCenter and 6 o'clock would be there. And the next day would start. That's back when I couldn't sleep. Those were my college days. My roommate, Keith, he would go to sleep and see me like watching TV and wake up and see me watching TV in the same exact position he went to sleep in. He'd be like, what the fuck? You didn't go to sleep? Nope. And then we'd both fucking go on our day. That's besides the point. I remember watching this episode of the Tonight Show with Jay Leno, and George Clooney was on the show, and he was promoting Good Night and Good Luck. It was this passion project of his that he got off the ground. I think he was the executive producer. If he wasn't, I'm pretty sure he was the director. Either way, it was a story about Edward R. Murrow, who was one of the most famous like broadcast news journalists in American history. And he really wanted to do his movie, really wanted to tell the story. And he was able to do it, got it done. It was critically acclaimed, if I remember correctly. And he had this moment with Jay Leno where he talked about what he did early on in his career. And he brought up how he was in the Batman movies eventually. Batman and Robin, that's after Michael Keaton played Batman twice, in Batman and Batman Returns. Then there was Batman Forever with Val Kilmer. Then there was Batman and Robin. And that was George Clooney and Chris O'Donnell as Robin and Alicia Silverstone as Batgirl. And that's also Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze and Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy. I swear to God, as a kid, I loved that movie. As an adult, I kind of love it, but for all the wrong reasons. Because it's bad. Campy. Terrible. It took all the darkness and realness that Tim Burton had in the 89 Batman and threw it out the window. And this one was... McDonald's came out with toys for it, so they made it all bright and neon, and the action... I had the action figures. They made it all about toys. Really made it popular for kids, but they completely butchered it. Easily the worst in the series. George Clooney is famously Batman in this movie. And he says on this episode of The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, he jokingly says that back in the day when he made Batman and Robin, he knew while filming it that it was just not great. And he says that that movie, Batman and Robin, was so bad that he should pay people for watching it. That he should have to pay people money for being forced to watch Batman and Robin. But what's actually happening is that he's still making money from Batman and Robin. And he's not apologizing for it. Unapologetically, he says, I made Batman and Robin early on in my career so that I could do whatever I want today. And today, I wanted to make Good Night and Good Luck the Edward R. Murrow story. And that's what I'm doing. Because I have enough money. And money isn't the driving force behind reasons I do things anymore. So now, I do what I want. I saw that years ago, and I never forgot it. So I'll never begrudge people for making their money initially in a certain way. Hopefully, that'll open the doors for you to make money in a way that you want to, that you're more okay with. And look, if you're okay with making money that way forever, and it means that your kid will never struggle, then you're living a great life, man. There's nothing wrong with that. And don't let haters tell you that there is. I'm convinced that someday I'm going to make money, and a lot of it. And I'm further convinced that the manner in which I make it is probably going to involve some fucking tomfoolery, some stupid shit. But that's just me, man. And I what are you going to do? You're going to be mad at me because I made money in a way that didn't involve a shitty job 8 hours a day? I mean, hey, I'm a bartender right now, man. Someday I will be the person that says I used to be a bartender. Just like actors used to wait tables or used to be a caterer. Maybe the new story will be I used to be an NPC Kink streamer. I'm cool with making a couple of $100 saying gang, 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 gang right now. If it means I could do what I want later. Because I'm going to do what I want. Just like all big kids want. That's all I got for today, man. I appreciate you guys listening to all this, these fight breakdowns, these NPC Kink freaking explanations and all that stuff, man. I really appreciate you guys. What I would also appreciate if you guys go on Apple Podcasts and give me a little rate and a review. That will help me out in the long run, I promise you. Follow me at I'm Will Bryant on all platforms. That's Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, X, Threads, Spotify. That's 3 words. I'm Will Bryant, Bryant, like Kobe. This has been Big Kid with Will Bryant. As always, I'm your host. I'm Will Bryant. And until next time, gang, 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 and peace. I'm a strong woman. I'm a strong woman.